Imagine an American state suddenly setting aside 2 special days to honor a music group from South Korea. Not simply because of a concert. Not merely because an international artist is visiting, but as an official recognition that puts BTS at the center of a special moment in Illinois. The question is, what exactly has BTS done to receive an honor like this from an American governor? And perhaps even more fascinating, why are Jimin and the other 6 members of BTS once again receiving so much attention as they prepare to return to Chicago? Today we are going to uncover the story behind a decision that has ARMY around the world talking. Because if we only look at the headline about BTS Days, it may seem like an ordinary celebration connected to a concert. But when we look deeper, there is a much bigger story involving BTS's long journey. The message they have carried around the world, the power of ARMY, their social impact, and the emotional connection between these artists and millions of people who have supported them for years. And don't go anywhere, because later in this story, we will get to the deeper reason why this recognition may mean far more than just a celebration of music. There is a part of BTS's journey that makes the BTS Days announcement feel much more meaningful than a simple concert-related event. On August 27th and 28th, 2026, BTS is scheduled to perform at Soldier Field in Chicago as part of the Arirang World Tour. Soldier Field lists the 2 performances for Thursday, August 27th, and Friday, August 28th, with both shows scheduled for 8 p.m. And it was precisely around those dates that an announcement began capturing ARMY's attention. Illinois Governor JB Pritzker declared August 27th and 28th, 2026, as BTS Days across the state of Illinois. Reports about the announcement connected the recognition with BTS's 2 Chicago concerts at Soldier Field. At first glance, it might sound like a simple proclamation. But stop for a moment and think about it. A state government does not recognize an international music group every day. And BTS is not from Chicago. They are not even from the United States. They come from South Korea, carrying Korean music and culture onto the global stage while gradually building a bridge between cultures that has allowed millions of people around the world to feel connected. And this is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Because BTS's journey in America did not happen overnight. Long before their name returned to headlines in Chicago in 2026, BTS had already gone through a long journey filled with pressure, criticism, doubt, and determination. They came from one of the most competitive music industries in the world, and gradually entered an international market that was not always easy for a Korean language group to break into. And at the center of that journey were 7 individuals with very different personalities. There is RM, known for his leadership and thoughtful messages. Jin, whose warmth and humor often bring a sense of comfort. Suga, whose creative journey has always carried a distinctive intensity. J-Hope, whose energy on stage has become one of his trademarks. Jimin, known for his emotional vocals, expressive performances, and ability to communicate feelings through movement and music. V, with his unmistakable artistic personality. And Jungkook, who grew up in front of the world alongside BTS, and eventually became one of the most recognized performers of his generation. But what kept BTS moving forward was never simply their ability to sing or dance. There was a message. And that message gradually became part of BTS's identity. Throughout their career, BTS have spoken about self-love, hope, emotional struggles, mental health awareness, and the importance of continuing forward even when life feels overwhelming. Those ideas may sound simple, but for someone going through a difficult moment, a simple message can become incredibly powerful. For many fans, BTS are not simply 7 people who appear on a stage for a few hours. They have become part of their lives. Some fans discovered BTS when they were young and grew up alongside their music. Others found BTS during periods of loneliness, pressure, heartbreak, loss, or major changes in their lives. And when Jimin sings with emotion, when Jungkook stands at the center of the stage, when Jin makes fans laugh, when RM speaks about hope, or when all 7 members stand together, for many ARMY, those moments are not simply performances. They are memories. They are feelings. They are experiences that can be difficult to explain to someone who has never felt that kind of connection. And now, years after that long journey began, BTS are returning to Chicago. What makes this even more fascinating is their history with Soldier Field. Back in 2019, BTS also performed at Soldier Field as part of the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself World Tour. Those 2 performances took place on May 11th and 12th, 2019, bringing more than 100,000 fans to the stadium across the 2 nights. Now, 7 years later, BTS are returning to the same place. But the BTS returning in 2026 are not exactly the same BTS who stood on that stage in 2019. Time has changed. The members have gone through different stages of their lives and careers. ARMY have changed too. Many fans who attended BTS concerts as teenagers are now adults. Some may even be returning with partners, siblings, or children. And perhaps that is where the most emotional part of this story begins. Imagine someone standing inside Soldier Field in 2019, waiting for BTS to appear. Then life happened. Years passed. The world changed. People changed. Responsibilities changed. But in 2026, that same person returns to the same stadium. And this time, something is different. It is not only BTS who are returning. An entire state is joining the welcome. That is why the BTS Days announcement feels like more than a concert headline. However, we should not immediately assume that the recognition exists only because BTS can sell a huge number of concert tickets. Yes, the Chicago concerts are clearly an important part of the story, but the recognition also points towards something deeper. Reports about the Proclamation highlighted BTS's ability to cross international boundaries and use their platform to support issues including mental health awareness, self-love, and global philanthropy. The recognition also drew attention to ARMY and the charitable activities carried out by fan communities. And this is where our biggest question begins to find an answer. This story is not only about BTS. A song may last only 3 or 4 minutes, but the message inside that song can remain in someone's heart for years. And when millions of people receive that message and begin turning it into real-world action, the impact becomes much bigger than a song. That is what makes the relationship between BTS and ARMY so unique. Fans do not simply purchase albums or attend concerts. Across different countries and communities, ARMY have also participated in fundraising campaigns, charitable projects, and humanitarian efforts. One example frequently connected to BTS's broader philanthropic history is the group's $1 million donation to Crew Nation in 2020, supporting music industry crew members affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Think about what that means. When the entertainment industry came to a standstill, when stages were empty, and when countless behind-the-scenes workers suddenly faced uncertainty, BTS used their influence to help. For many fans, actions like that strengthen the messages they had already heard from BTS. And that is why, when the governor of Illinois recognizes BTS, the name that appears is not simply that of a K-pop group. It represents a cultural phenomenon, a group of artists who helped bring Korean music to the international stage while building a global community unlike anything the world had seen before. But there is still one important part of the story we have not fully explored. Why does this decision feel so personal to ARMY? Why are so many fans celebrating it not only with pride, but with genuine emotion? And why does BTS's return to Chicago in 2026 feel almost like a circle coming back to its starting point? The answer may have less to do with ticket numbers and more to do with memories. Because when we look back at BTS's journey, we discover that BTS Days can be seen as a symbol of a journey that took years to complete. From South Korea to America. From 7 young artists with enormous dreams to a global name receiving official recognition from a state government in the United States. And in the middle of that journey is Jimin. Someone known not only for his vocal ability, but also for the way he communicates emotion through movement, expression, and voice. For many fans, Jimin is one of those performers who can make a massive stadium performance feel surprisingly personal. When he stands on stage, there can be a sense that something emotional is being communicated directly between the artist and the audience. And perhaps that is what makes BTS's return so powerful. Because ARMY are not simply waiting for a concert. They are waiting for a feeling they remember. They are waiting for voices that may have accompanied them through difficult days. They are waiting for 7 people who, perhaps without realizing it, became part of their lives. But there is still one crucial piece of the BTS Days story that we need to uncover. What exactly makes this recognition about more than music? Why does the Illinois announcement connect BTS with community, culture, and social impact?